Okay, it's evaluation question number 3, which is what have you learned from your audience feedback sessions? Um, basically we started out by giving our audience a bunch of feedback sheets. In this case, our audience was our class of about 20 people from mixed backgrounds, so that we got quite like a broad view. We didn't want to just have our target audience being interviewed because then we thought it'd be quite biased. We wanted to get views of people that might not necessarily like our genre or may not have heard of the genre or any of that. So we gave out sheets based on genre, what went well, even better if, and asked the audience to give an approximation of the grade or mark they would give the video at its present state. We played it on a projector in a dark room to give it like a cinematic feel. So it was about as immersive as it could possibly be. And made sure that we had like a good quality export ready. We gave out about 12 feedback sheets, and we felt that the feedback we got was really encouraging and constructive. And what it's allowed us to do was to build on our video in places where we may not have noticed that we weren't as strong. The key to it really was giving the audience 2 screenings. So the first screening would be just to take it in and see the video. The second would be so they could do it again but take notes and write their feedback. And we did this 2 times. One when we were about a third of the way through our video, when we had about a minute of it edited, and the second time was about 2/3 through. And then obviously the final video would be pointless getting feedback on because it's already finished. I mean, we got the views and opinions, which is on my blog in a short survey, but it wasn't another focused feedback sheet. Pretty much every feedback that we got applauded our framing and composition and camera work and said that it stood out really well, which was really great news to get. We were really happy that people thought that that was quite successful. So we knew we didn't have to do any sort of different techniques than we'd already been exploring in there, which is great. It's also really good that we didn't have to reshoot anything. I mean, we sort of went off track with our filming. We didn't stick entirely to our plan, but it was because we found new locations when we were filming at one of our planned locations. So it all sort of fell together in that way, and that's all explained in a different blog post. The negative feedback we got was about how much of the video we had completed during each deadline, which is fair enough. We were quite far behind because we had a lot of problems with location and time management earlier on. We only really had about a minute and 30 seconds of the video edited during the first screening. We wanted to have about 2 minutes, so a minute and 30 of it was sort of okay. We didn't really complete the editing. It certainly wasn't anywhere near the standard that it is now that it's finished in the first 1 minute 30 seconds. A lot of it has changed because we've both gone through it and added our own bits to it and that sort of thing. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll jump into a breakdown of the feedback sheets we've got and explain it. So the first feedback sheet we received identified our genre as electro and alternative, which is good because it's pretty much what ours is. It's quite hard to classify our song, really. I would say alternative, but because it's a remix, it also falls into electro. What went well? A variety of good shots. It's great. Very well edited. Good balance of narrative and performance, and really good use of visual effects. We were really happy with this. They didn't really have much negative to say. They said even better if we had did more editing and unlink some of the audio, which is fair enough. We didn't unlink all of the in-camera audio from the song, so there were bits of it that were still in there, and it sort of ruined the song in some places. That's just to bad preparation on our part. It's quite an easy thing to do. It shouldn't have taken more than 5 minutes. Let's go on to the next one here. Music video would be about 35 marks when it's finished. Ancillary task Ancillary task number 1 gave 7 marks. Ancillary 2 was 0 marks because we hadn't finished ancillary part 2. Once again, our time management had, well, the way we'd planned our time was so that we didn't actually complete them at that point. We were more focused on getting good locations and getting our shooting done. So we might have been able to manage it a little bit better there. They identified the genre as electro alternative, which is great. The variety of shots look good. A good performance and narrative, and they like the black and white that we used. And they said it fits well with the video. Even better if the video was longer, which I agree with. We didn't complete enough of it for the first screening. And a variety of performance shots. At that point, we only had 1 performance shot. The video will be attached or embedded into the blogger post for you to look at. And they said, look at the editing layers, which is, just the ordering and stuff. In bold capital letters on the top of the sheet, video not complete. They identified the genre as electro pop. I don't really agree with pop because it's sort of a very alternative genre. It's not designed to be one of those really popular songs. Not really sure why that was written, but fair enough. What went well? Jump cuts worked really well, and black and white fits perfectly. Great feedback again. Even better if the lighting, they don't think that the fire and torches we used work very well. And the performance shots when the singing starts, they don't think they work very well either. I agree with that as well. I mean, I wasn't happy with any of the performance shots myself, mainly because it's me in them, and I don't really like, seeing myself on camera. But I guess we all have that sometimes. Next sheet. Genre of music, electro, just electro, ? So that shows us that we've not established the genre fully enough for this person. So we need to reinforce the idea in our video that it is an electro song. So we need to sort of look back at our research slides and take more from the electro songs that we looked at. What went well? Black and white. This works really well and suits the genre. It's great. Really like the locations, really like the camera angles, pans. There is a huge editing variety and they all looked really good. It works really well. The images are really good and they relate to the video. Even better if Jordan's character is introduced sooner. At that point, once again, we had just lots of narrative shots, no performance. I'm not in any narrative shots, I'm just in the performance ones. So that means we obviously need to open with a performance shot maybe. Include more of Jordan and all black and white or all colour. That comment is referring to part of our video being in colour, part of it being black and white. That's just a case of applying the editing to every video file. Once again, it's a very easy thing to do and we should have had it finished at that point. Level, if it's finished, 34, as it is currently 32. Ancillary 1 is 5, ancillary 2 is 0, because once again, ancillary 2 wasn't completed. So what went well? Black and white. Suits the music, range of cuts used, range of shots used, and I can't read the last comment there. Picture of Billy suits the genre in the film and matches with the digipack, that's good. Even better if it was completed. I'm assuming that means to a greater degree than it was when we screened it. Clearer narrative. I agree our narrative is quite confusing, but the way that we designed the storyboard is so that there's a lot of unanswered questions, there's a lot of enigma in our video, and we like that because we feel that it's important that if people are questioning the video, they're thinking more about it, they're going to talk about it more, they're going to ask people what they may have got out of the video, and hopefully, that improved discussion on the increase in discussion will help make the video go more viral and more people will be interested in watching it. So that's obviously I don't think that's somebody that was into this genre as much. But once again, I mean, all of the feedback we do take. Genre of music, electro. Well, jump cuts, black and white, and good mix of shots, good pictures, great video. Even better if audio from the one of the shots is removed, and if the video is finished. Need more of Jordan. There is too much narrative. Track list and stuff. I'm not sure what that means. Grade 32, good / excellent. Next one, genre of music, electro. What went well? Good editing, great setting, matches the song, good cutting to the beat, good framing. No narrative. Oh no, narrative fits into the song well, and good variety of shots. Even better if some narratives are a bit random and incomplete, perhaps in the performance shots earlier into the video. So once again, I agree with that. I do think that we didn't split it up enough, and it is very confusing in its early stages of development. But we do need to complete more shoots in order to get it to that stage. Next one, genre of music, electro. So far everybody's identified the video as electro, which is great. Well, black and white. It feels right. It doesn't look good in color. It's well synchronized jump cuts when Billy's walking into the factory, and the locations suit the genre. That's good as well. I'm really happy with that. Even better if finish it. So that's good feedback again. So far it's marked for 34. If it's finished, it will get 40 according to this person. So that's really great news as well. Genre of music, electro, and yep, just electro. Well, the dark contrast matches the song. Is a very deep song. It's a very emotional song, and we chose to use black and white and a lot of contrast to reflect the depressing mood of the song, and I'm happy with that. Good narrative, location, the props are fine, and the editing of me moving is good. Good glass picture on the digipack, 5 out of 10 for the digipack. If I haven't read the digipack ones, it's because they haven't filled that in, which is fine. Even better if sound at the beginning, light when Jordan sat down, and more performance shots, 28 out of 40. Well, excellent shots for the narrative scenes, good editing effects, i.e. jump cuts. The photo on the back of the digipack is clear and suits the genre. Even better if there was more performance and better shots of me as a character. Level 29 out of 40. Could easily get up to a level 4 when finished. So that's good as well. The general vibe I'm getting at the moment is there's not enough of me in the video. And, at that point, I do agree with that feedback again. It was just mainly narrative shots, sorry. I, as a performer, wasn't very confident during the filming, just because I'm quite nervous in front of the camera. I don't mind now because there's nobody else here, but if I'm with people, I'm not very confident in front of my camera. But towards the end of the video, I did improve, and I feel that my performance shot that we've used for the majority of the video is the best one that we've got. Finally, what went well? Professional looking performance shots and brilliant framing. They match with the story very well. The effects are good. It goes with the beat, great use of equipment and environment. So that's good as well. I mean, they can identify that we've chosen our environment carefully, which is great. Even better if you finish the editing, and I would rate them much higher if you completed the video. So that's the last one there. They gave it a 28 out of 40. So, I mean, a third of the way through, we're looking at maybe half the mark, or 28, about average of about 27 marks at this point, which is really good because we're only a third of the way through. And that's over half the marks for the highest mark we could get. So I'm really happy with that. I know Billy was as well with this feedback. But overall, it's just said to us that the main things we need to look at are how clear our genre is established, the presence of my performance shots, they need to be improved. I need to be more confident as a performer. We need to complete more of the editing on time because we were behind. And that was something that we did improve, and we have met the deadline for the filming. And yeah, we just need to do more of the editing and iron out some of the kinks we've got in the video that's already there. So I guess that's it really. I mean, I'm really happy with the feedback, as I said, and we have definitely worked to the best of our ability to go from that feedback and create a better overall video.